Mr. Bowtie's Texas High School Sports Machine is driven by Henry Finley and McCombs Ford West, a proud supporter of all area local sports. McCombs Ford West, simply the best. Hey folks, Mr. Bowtie here. Keep banging home that subscribe button on your screen so that way you can stay up to date on all the great high school and local sports coverage not found anywhere else. In the words of the great Bill Paxton, if you won't do it for me, then do it for your country. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. Coming up soon is the Elite 11 quarterback camp going on out in California, which has some of the top high school prospects in the nation. Cade Klubnik was among those that was there last year. He won another title, Austin Westlake, and now he's at Clemson. There are two Texans that will be in the Elite 11 this year. One of them from Dripping Springs, Austin Novosad, who had a heck of a year last year in that tough 12 5A Division I. Dripping Springs going up to 6A now. So the Elite 11 camp might be easier than playing in a district with Westlake and Lake Travis. Austin joining us from the sunny metropolis of Dripping Springs.
Been working with Brian Thiebaud, my QB trainer, and it's just been a goal to, go to the Elite 11 finals out in LA. And we had the regionals up in Dallas this past couple months, and went up there and did my thing, and we got the invite to go to LA later this month. So I'm excited.
For those who are not familiar with how it all works, you mentioned like regionals and getting invites. How exactly does it work?
Yes, sir. They have 9 regionals or, 9 to 10. I don't know exactly the number, but, all around the country. Thousands of QBs go and to the regionals, and then they take the top 20 QBs in the graduating class to go out and compete for a couple of days out in LA, and they pick the Elite 11, the top 11 QBs in that class.
What exactly do you compete on to get there? Is it arm strength, accuracy, footwork? What do they test you on?
It's kind of everything. It's just the whole, everything that a quarterback needs, from the things you listed: footwork, ball placement, accuracy, timing, all that factors into it when they're kind of grading or judging each QB.
And then obviously if there's only 11 quarterbacks out there and 2 are from Texas, that means Texas still has some great quarterbacks. What do you look forward to? What do you do when you get out to California? Tell us how exactly it'll work.
Yeah, so it'll be, 3 days of kind of competition stuff. There's a lot of extra things that they provide, just talking about the mental side of being a QB, to the leadership. And then actually the football part is, different drills and stuff that they'll go through and kind of compete each night. And then that's kind of how they get the rankings. So.
How does this help you out when you get to the fall season, because Dripping Springs is now in 6A and you get to enjoy Westlake, the 3-time defending champions, and Austin Lake Travis, among others. So how does this help you how does the Elite 11 help you out for your senior season up at Dripping Springs?
Yeah, I mean, just, the things I talked about, getting out there and just focusing on, being a QB, learning about other things off the field that are going to help you as a person, and the leadership coming back to Dripping next year. We're really going to have to, have some leaders step up. And I think that's one thing that I'm looking forward to, is just leading this team into this new district. And, I think we're going to be super successful competing against some of the best competitions in Texas. And so I think it's going to be fun.
We'll talk about the fall in a moment, but Cade Klubnik, who I got to know real well, won a couple titles at Austin Westlake. He's now playing at Clemson. Was one of the top recruits in the graduating class of 22. I know you and him know each other real well. What advice did he give you, A, on the Elite 11, and B, handling what's going to be a lot more attention that you're going to get heading into the fall?
Yeah, I mean, he said that, his experience out of the Elite 11 was, super fun. And he said, just take everything in and learn everything you can, and then bring that back to your team, your senior season. It's kind of what he told me. So, yes, sir.
The 2021 season was extremely competitive for Dripping Springs in that district, where the district title wasn't decided till the end, when you had teams like Seguin, that were in there. Butte Johnson, who's also gone 6A. You had New Braunfels Canyon, who just missed out on the playoffs, showing you how competitive it is. Now you go into 6A with Westlake, with Lake Travis. Is there the excitement factor of getting to play in that tough district, or is it the, oh my God, what are we going to do with Westlake and Lake Travis?
No, it's definitely the excitement factor for us. I think, this year we're going to have a very talented team. We got 4 out of 5 returning O-line guys, and then, a couple receivers coming back. And so I think, on the offensive side, it's going to be a great year for us.
The offensive line, I'm glad you mentioned it, because the O-line usually doesn't get that much attention, but you can't be an elite quarterback if you don't have a good O-line. I got to see them in action last year in that shootout against New Braunfels Canyon. Talk about your offensive line and what those guys do to help protect you and keep you upright.
Yeah, those guys have been great, all last year, very few sacks on the season, just having all them back, I think the chemistry between them is just only building in this spring. They look great up front. So I think, going into this season, if we can just, keep them all healthy and keep them all, getting better, I think that it's going to be a great year.
Throw a couple names out there. Tell us about those O-line guys. We want to know who they are.
Yeah, we got Reed Robinson. We got Mac Evans. We got Jackson Key. And then Tino last year, who just left. We're going to find us a couple guys competing right guard. And then we got Brendan Kelly at left guard. So, all those guys are out there working all spring and getting better. So it's going to be fun.
How does everybody raise their game? Because Westlake, Todd Dodge retired. They probably won't be quite as high octane as they have the last couple of years with Klubnik at Clemson, but they're still the 3-time defending champions. Lake Travis has been to the state semis 3 of the last 4 years. They've kept running into North Shore. So those are 2 stout teams.
Some of our core values as a team is just trust, passion, discipline. I think the 2 things that, I think we're really going to need from those 3 words is just the trust and the discipline. Going into that district, I think if we stay disciplined and, have great trust throughout the whole team, I think we can beat a lot of people that, others may think we can't. So I think going into this season, I think we're going to be, compete with all of them in that district. So it's going to be fun.
Of course, you can't talk about Dripping Springs without those girls teams. The volleyball team went to the semis in 2020, lost in the quarters in 21. The girls soccer team won the title in 21. They lost their perfect season in state quarterfinals. So the football team's got to start picking up the pace a little bit, because those girls teams out there, they're passing you on. They're getting into the state semis, and in the case of soccer winning a title. You guys got to elevate your game just so that way you can be up there with those tough teams.
Yes, sir. They've had some great years and our great couple seasons, and I think it's fun to get out there and watch those girls because, they'll all be seniors this year. So I think they're going to have another great chance to make a run. So it'll be fun.
What's scarier to have to deal with, the Austin Westlake defense or Caroline Dill, that goalkeeper that Dripping Springs has?
I don't know. They're both good.
Austin Novosad, who's good himself, he's going to be in the Elite 11 camp coming up at the end of June, and Dripping Springs up into Class 6A. Their season will start the last Friday of August. It'll be fun to watch them go. Austin Novosad, appreciate the time. Have a good time out in California, and we'll see you right before the season starts.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.